Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. Yes, 5:35 in the a.m. on a Saturday morning. I have not been to bed yet. So this is going to be a bit of a rough cut. Going to give you the best outline that I can. We got some serious news breaking right now from the AP. U.S. strikes Venezuela and says its leader, Maduro, has been captured and flown out of the country. So they have captured Maduro. I'm going to show you some of the video that I saw earlier this evening. And I wasn't exactly sure what I was watching. I'm going to mute all of the sounds because in some of the videos, there's some cussing in Spanish and so forth, and maybe even some sensitive subject matter. So we're going to get into that here. But as of right now, it is 5:36 a.m. This is breaking news right now. I've already checked international news. I've checked local news. I've checked all the news. They haven't even jumped on this yet. Excuse me. This is just now all happening right now. So I'm bringing it to you as it's unfolding. So Caracas, Venezuela. The United States hit Venezuela with a large-scale strike early Saturday and said its president, Nicolás Maduro, has been captured and flown out of the country after months of stepped-up pressure by Washington. An extraordinary nighttime operation announced by President Donald Trump on social media hours after the attack. Multiple explosions rang out. Low-flying aircraft swept through Caracas, the capital, as Maduro's government immediately accused the United States of attacking civilian and military installations. The Venezuelan government called it an imperialist attack and urged citizens to take to the streets. Now, I don't anticipate any of that is going to happen. Just from some of the video I'm going to show you, the people were completely shocked by what all was going on. And I also saw, I think it's from Laura Loomer, mentioned that China was right there. Now, this is a message to China and to Russia. And I find it interesting because I'm curious what the Europeans, EU, and NATO in Europe are going to say because, of course, I think it was, I can't remember the name of the court or agency or body there in EU that had, written up these warrants for Vladimir Putin. But of course, they're not going to go in and do what the United States just did. So I'm very curious what they're going to say because I know they would have liked to have done this to Putin, but that's a whole other story. Trying to go into a first world country to capture someone or even arrest them. But in this case here, it appears that the United States has gone in and captured Nicolás Maduro and his wife and have flown them out of the country. And of course, we have seen during the last few weeks that this buildup around the Caribbean, one of the largest we have ever seen in the Caribbean, with all of the United States Navy there and doing operations, and of course all of the narco-terrorist boats that were attacked or shot, I should say, as you can see here. So I kind of want to get to the meat and potatoes of some of this, but these are the headlines. As I said, I have searched across all international news. This is happening right now. They're not even on top of it now. So here's some of the video that I'm going to play for you. I'm not going to have any sound in it. So these are some of the explosions that were going off, and the people that are recording it are obviously saying things in Spanish. As you can imagine, the choice terminology they're using to describe this. They were saying, oh, excrement, what's going on? And then some not so pleasant language about a certain group of individual people, and not necessarily Americans. I'm talking about they're saying something about gay people, just as slang terminology, and so you see, looks like they're dropping something. I don't know the ordinance that they're using or what they're doing. It looks like it's pretty low scale ordinance, and so these are the two people here filming. And in the recording, I could hear them say, "Oh, we just got home just in time." It sounds like a man and a woman. I don't know if they're, married or couple or whatever. But they're saying, "Oh, we got home just in time before all the excrement started happening." And then, of course, slang terminology, as I just mentioned. And then we see the smoke rising here. And as we just read, they went in and captured Maduro. And here is some direct fire from, it looked like they were Chinooks. Now, I don't want to speculate on a lot of these things. I'm just saying what I've seen so far. And as I said, there's really not a lot of information out right now. You're watching everything as I watched it, as I watched some of these earlier. Because this was an hour ago, as you can see from Benny Johnson from an hour ago. So at 4:40 roughly around 4:30 in the morning. And so I kept an eye on it, and I stayed up because I kept thinking, man, this is bizarre. Because I know one of the military bases I saw in an article or from someone else, and this is a repeat of it, they had knocked out the electricity to one of the bases. And as we can see here from Truth Social, posted an hour ago when I first started watching this, it says the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolás Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. This operation was done in conjunction with the U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There will be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Wow. I mean, I don't know. Wow. That's just absolutely extraordinary what happened here. They went into a sovereign country, captured an individual who they've always considered to be a bit of a criminal. And as we said earlier, the paperwork they did there in Europe on Vladimir Putin, but of course they're not going to act on it like the United States. And of course, Russia, getting into Russia to capture their leadership is a different story than going into a third world country. But not surprising at all. We saw the buildup. I've been watching all of the activity for weeks now, if not months, of the buildup there in the Caribbean and all that was going on, and listening to all the talking heads and all the former military people and all the former intelligence people, watching all of their videos and getting all of their feedback and information and stuff. Let me know down in the comments section. Man, this is pretty extraordinary. This is very reminiscent of Panama, when we went in and and captured the leader there. I can't believe I can't remember his name. Guys, it's 5:42 in the morning. I have not been to sleep yet. So I don't recall his name. Maybe I'll pop it up here on the screen for you guys and say that. But I should remember. I should have remembered, right? Because that's where my mother is from. My mother is from Panama. And so I just can't think of the guy's name right off the top of my head right now. And then, of course, this is also being confirmed by 𝐁𝐫𝐞𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐧𝐠. As you can see here, he just posted this at 4:24, so 3 minutes after the president had posted it. At 4:21 in the morning is when the president put it out. And then we see here 𝐁𝐫𝐞𝐚𝐤𝐬𝐧𝐠 did 3 minutes after he did. So obviously this was kind of coordinated. Now we're into 48 minutes. Breaking news, President Trump just confirmed that Venezuela's President Nicolás Maduro, as we know, and his First Lady, has been captured in less than an hour of U.S. operation. In less than an hour, guys, they were able to fly in there, capture him, and pull him out. And kind of speaks to the fact that, they're a third world country. We can't anticipate that they're going to have some, really unique military. But it does send a huge message to China and Russia, for sure, because most of the Navy that the Venezuelans have, their ships are all Chinese ships. I think they got some Russian subs. I'm not really sure if they're Russian subs or Chinese subs. Again, this is all breaking right at the moment. So, and here we have Nicholas Sorter. He's just showing some more of the, I think this was just some fire. Yeah, that we saw in the other video. So they've kind of put them all together. And here's Laura Loomer. As I said, Trump sends strong message to China's Xi Jinping, as China's delegation is still in Venezuela after a meeting with Maduro today. So it's possible that this action took place while the Chinese are still there. The delegation is still there. So what a huge message that was sent to the Chinese and even to the Russians. And here you see that looks like they're... Yeah. He said, Happy New Year. It was great seeing you again. That's what Maduro was saying in Spanish. And, yeah, here's some more of that. I don't want to play it because, like I said, I don't know which one of these videos was a clip of the people, cussing and so forth and so on. But this is pretty extraordinary, and I wanted to bring it to you right now as it's happening. This has been 27 minutes ago, and then this was 3 hours ago. So some people had some earlier footage of people there in Venezuela, of course, posting on social media. So we can see that this would have happened about 2 in the morning, roughly 3 hours or maybe earlier. And here we go. Nicolás Maduro challenges Elon Musk to a fight on Elon accepting. That's kind of humorous because of what happened there. And then here's Maduro again from 3 hours ago. Fox News pundit says the unconfirmed U.S. invasion of Venezuela is for national security against Hezbollah and Iran, as well as Russia and China. So interesting ways of phrasing it. I'm not sure what the conditions will be that would have prompted the president to take this action. In other words, what was the legal or procedure? I'm sure Congress and the Democrats are going to be. He had to have talked to the Democrats, of course, and to Congress. He had to talk to all his people. So it wasn't like Donald Trump decided all of a sudden that this was going to happen. This is not a spur of the moment thing that happened, and this was 2 hours ago. Let's see here. Let's just see what Fox News said here in this from Benny Johnson.
It is now being attacked by the United States, saying that the United States' effort is to take possession of minerals and oil. Lucas Thomason standing by at Mar-a-Lago with the very latest on this and the news, Lucas, that you're breaking that the administration confirms this is an attack by the U.S.
Good morning, Eric. In a major escalation of the conflict between the United States and Venezuela, U.S. officials can confirm to Fox News that U.S. military strikes have been launched against Venezuela early this morning. We've seen for a few hours now these scenes of explosions in Venezuela's capital of Caracas against U.S. military targets. Officials say the U.S. military launched this attack on Venezuela on the orders of President Trump. And we are awaiting a statement from the White House and Truth Social post, perhaps, from the president confirming. But we've seen dramatic video in the last hour showing explosions in Venezuela targeting Nicolás Maduro's military sites. We've seen video of U.S. Army helicopters flying over Venezuela, and this all comes after this dramatic buildup of the U.S. military in the Caribbean in recent months. You had the aircraft carrier strike group USS Gerald R. Ford diverted from Europe. We've seen deployments of U.S. Air Force F-35 stealth fighter jets to Puerto Rico, including the Green Mountain Boys from Vermont. We've seen U.S. Marines training in Trinidad, just 7 miles off the coast of Venezuela, installing radar there. You've also seen almost daily shows of force from those Super Hornets aboard the Ford, flying off the coast in international airspace of Venezuela with their transponders on. What was notable tonight, Eric, is those transponders were off. We did not see any U.S. military aircraft squawking or at least identifying themselves publicly. Their presence was felt when these explosions were heard on the ground, Eric.
All right, so there you have it, guys. I welcome your thoughts and comments on this topic, and I'll continue to keep an eye on it, but I definitely wanted to get this video out to you so you guys could see what all was going on and what has been happening. I hope I have been coherent and articulate to explain this, considering I've not been to sleep yet. But this is quite extraordinary news, to say the least. And as we see here from the president, that the Venezuelan leader and his wife have been captured. It's quite extraordinary news. I'm sure we're going to hear all about it from the Democrats and the EU, and who knows how many people we're going to hear from on this. I'm curious to see. I probably will not be awake at 11 a.m., I can tell you that, to see the press conference and so forth. But I'm sure I'll catch it later. But I want to let you guys know this. I want to thank all of you guys for your continued support. That's BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey. You guys have been amazing. Below this video, of course, you can find all the social media links that I belong to include X, and, of course, my affiliate links. You guys know how affiliate links work. But if you do order from Amazon or you're looking for a VPN, my 2 affiliates there are outstanding. Your privacy is protected on all orders from my affiliate marketings. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your continued support. Everyone here on YouTube, you've been amazing. So here we are kicking off 2026 by Maduro and his wife being captured in Venezuela. How extraordinary is that, ladies and gentlemen? Appearing there on the screen, that's going to be the channel icon for the channel. You guys can click on that to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, of course, and select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys in the next video.